Hey, my name's Dave. I've been working on a supplemental reading activity for grade school kids, and let's get started. So I have 3 lessons. Each lesson is divided up into 5 steps. Each step builds on the next step. So we cover the same story in each lesson. In the first step, we watch and listen to the story, and there's no text displayed. So these lessons would be used in addition to the students' regular phonics training. So maybe there would be a time when they're supposed to be doing independent reading, and maybe their attention span, their energy level is too high, and they just can't sit and focus and read. This would be an activity, a supplemental activity that you could just have them sit and listen to this. Again, this is in addition to the phonics training. You need to get that, but this is just something extra. Okay, so the first lesson, we just expose the kids to the story. So they hear the story, and it has some fun little pictures that go along with it, and it looks like this. When I Sold Rocks by Leighton Weber. First, we went down to the beach. So we go through the whole story, drawing fun little pictures like that, and just telling the story. So they're hearing the story first. Next, in step 2, we cover a word list. We cover the difficult words from the story. We have a story question, plus some reading tips. And it looks like this. Welcome to Level 1, Lesson 1. When I Sold Rocks by Leighton Weber. Let's review the hard words from the story. First, beach. Found, place, started, selling. Okay, so we go through, we cover the questions and the words, and it looks like that. The next thing, now we're going to actually show them the words to the story. So they're going to listen to the story again. It's a read along, but now they get to actually see the words. So we go from listening to the story, learning each individual word, the harder words, and now we're going to kind of watch it put together. And each video is only a couple minutes long. When I Sold Rocks by Leighton Weber. First, we went down to the beach. And it looks like that. So for each of the 3 different lessons, we cover a different story. Okay, step 4 of each lesson, we have a fun little e-reader. And in this one, I have the text displayed vertically and separated by each sentence by a different color, and I have this cool hover feature. So I know that kids like to play video games, and they like to interact, like the hand-eye coordination. So for some kids, this is a feature that they can just move from word to word and see the word bolded out. I have a hard time with reading, and so this actually kind of helps me see the words a little bit easier. Like, it seems to push it in my head. It's interesting. But anyway, so they don't have to use that, but they can if they want. And each step 4 for each of the 3 lessons has a different type of little e-reader. Let me show you what the second one looks like. So again, each level follows the same 5-step plan. And in this e-reader, for lesson 2, I have it so it's set up so the text is horizontally displayed. And again, we have the hover bold feature, but this time the text moves, it's one sentence at a time. It shifts to the left. So this way the student isn't exposed to too much text at one time. I know sometimes it's overwhelming for me to see a whole page of text. For some kids it is too. So this way we break it down. The third lesson follows the same 5-step plan. This time the e-reader is set up to look like a text message on your phone. You know, what they said, what I said kind of thing. It switches back and forth, but it follows through the story. Same hover feature. They can scroll down and read each sentence. Again, it breaks it apart, breaks the sentence apart, so it's easy for them to read. You can see it's a very short story. That's the whole point. You know, they're beginner readers, lower level readers. It's just to make it a very calm, inviting environment. The fifth step in each of the stories is to go to the Rova Reader e-reader. If you have not used this before, click no and create an avatar. If you have, click yes. Come in here, scroll through, find your avatar. The cool thing about Rova Reader, I made this so that the text could be, you could alter the way the text looks so that it's easier to read. There's 5 different levels in here. Basically, level 1, 2, and 3 are for grade school kids. Level 4 is basically for middle school. Level 5 is high school and adult level stories. Today we're looking at level 1 stories. When I Sold Rocks was the first story that we reviewed. So with this e-reader, what you can do is you can go up to My Choices and you can select what everything looks like. You can change the background color easily. You can change out fonts. That red's a little hard for me to see, so I'm going to get rid of it. You can change it to purple. There you go, it's gone. Just like that. You can change the word style they get to pick. They can change the word size. Here's another cool feature. You get to change the spacing in between the words. I know sometimes for me, if the words, everything is too close together, it's a little difficult to read. So I just like spacing it out. You can also adjust the space between the sentences. So again, this is interactive. We're trying to make the text as interactive as possible to enable and empower the reader to make it look just the way they want so that it becomes their reading environment. Okay, and then you can go back and go back to the stories if you want, or that's it. All right, I'd love to hear from you. If you give this a try, you can go to the contact button. Please fill it out. I'd love to hear any things you like about it, and especially things you don't like about it. Let me know. If you're a parent, teacher, investor, whatever, that'd be great. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.